am so excited to get into this action because you know that they're going to be bringing everything that they have into this game, into this series, and I'm just excited.
I'm excited too. It already starts off with St. Clair on that offense. Samba reads that play well and kind of stays further back, but it doesn't stop the pain train. That is St. Clair already setting up, some shots in the general direction of the net. Maybe we'll center those out as time goes on. Spoods is on the left side. Comp and Jay holding on to possession, but as they went to pass, this gets cut off by UT Arlington, who hope to turn things around.
Yeah, a good block there from Spoods, but some decent aggression coming out of UT Arlington right now as Jay just trying to get this clear out of his own corner. You don't have to, really push things along too quickly here in the start. Look at your legs, make sure that all of your nerves are nice and set, and then you can really start to get that momentum down the field. We're seeing another potential push there from Arlington, but Jay doing a great job of cutting it off. And, even though it's the first 60 seconds, shot coming close there, both of these teams still feeling like they're pretty in their groove at the moment.
Yeah, feeling really warmed up, and you have to be. At least it is double elimination, I believe. So it's, it's not the end of the road either way. Now St. Clair, so it was a pinch off to the corner that UT Arlington were hoping to do something with, and now a 50 from both sides popped up, still in the St. Clair zone, where Nava hoping to flick that over to a teammate on the other side and even just buy time to maintain that possession as St. Clair come knocking. But does this Jay setup do anything for Comp? It goes back to Jay, and that touch from Adverse gives maybe UT Arlington the shot.
Yeah, a potential opportunity there. And one thing I'm already noticing right off the get-go here from St. Clair is they are grouping up together a lot. If you take a look at their positioning throughout this map, as a shot coming in from Adverse, going to be able to go through. No one was able to get back in time. I want us to take another look at this real quick. Spoods, he was able to get a slight touch. Yeah, Comp just on the back wall, not in the best spot, and Jay couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, just an unfortunate touch from Spoods there on the bottom side of the car. That just sets it up. And while he's coming down from the air, there's a 3-on-2 from UT Arlington. So it's unfortunate there, but it's only 1-0 and still lots of time. Samba, Adverse. Is it round number 2? Goal 2? No! Stopped at the line by Comp. But not even over yet. UT Arlington, Nava to maybe Adverse. But it crosses that goal line, and St. Clair are not letting this through, but Adverse forces it, and that's 2-0 for UT Arlington.
Yeah, Adverse just jamming this one home. It was a good pass from Samba, but a great pickup here. Jade's got the read. It's a really good defensive play. He just can't get there in time. It's a rough spot, a lot of power put behind it. And now, a good goal puts you 2 in the lead. Still plenty of time left, so you can't start to get too comfortable, especially with an attacking opportunity coming for St. Clair right there. But a phenomenal start for UT Arlington in this game.
That was, that's a little redirect from Samba. Now you're starting to very much worry if you're a Canadian in chat, because we have 3 goals in 3 minutes that have gone by. And there was almost a shot earlier on where St. Clair, they were about to bully Nava into the locker room of the net, but Nava was able to glide the ball past the net, and then St. Clair couldn't score off of that. So now St. Clair has a really large gap that they have to close.
Oh, is that going to be another no? Good save from Spoods there. But, for the first 60 seconds being so close, it has gotten out of hand drastically quickly here. We're already into the second half, and UT Arlington is showing no signs of slowing down as Samba. Good carry. Able to potentially get that farther forward. Jay doing a good job of getting in front. It's going to be a shot coming through from Comp, and that's going to be the first on the board coming in from St. Clair.
I was just wondering who's going to let Samba do that just in front of the net, and what a good force by Jay, and couldn't get the double tap, but that's why you got besties on the team like Comp that'll do it for you. So the gap is starting to close. St. Clair at least on the board. The first half maybe a little quiet, but St. Clair, they fought for this. They've gone through the conference playoffs. This is their first championship, and Adverse wanted to put a 4th one in to forgive that, but nothing yet.
Nothing quite yet, but that one goal could prove to be huge if they can maintain this momentum. Good transfer downfield. Samba, though, quick to get it back down the other way. It's a bit of tennis going on as we have a back and forth. Jay, backboard, Spoods, keep it in the air. Comp up for it. It's going to beat Samba. It's just high. Jay off the bar. Going to be able to knock that down and in. And with 1:48 to go, it's now down to just a 1-goal game.
I just love the decision from Comp that he could have taken a shot on net, but decided to go off the backboard to fake the defender. And then he knew he was going to get follow-up. And that's the type of communication you're getting out of St. Clair, who, it was 3-0 for UT Arlington. But look how the tables have turned. St. Clair on the offense.
Spoods is trying to get a decent pinch in the mid there. And again, we're seeing the bunching up of St. Clair. It's been an all-game affair, and it has bitten them in certain moments, and it's been extremely helpful. I mean, we saw that first goal from Comp essentially coming from a double commit, but they've got to be careful about expressing it too far. Adverse not able to reach it back as he gets it all the way downfield, and the save not able to come through from St. Clair.
Oh yeah, Adverse just 1 second earlier on that touch. 4-2 with a minute and a half. St. Clair just stressing. As well, not as much as the 0-3 start. They always are eager on these kickoffs, and they're able to start the offenses. It's about maintaining them, and this glides almost past everyone as Comp is now just trying to not center this ball and get this away, put it into any corner, get it anywhere but here. But UT Arlington just 6'5" slap in the face, and it's 5-2.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, Adverse has been putting in work this game, but one thing that I haven't really been seeing a lot of work from is where's the defense for St. Clair? I mean, we've seen them get pretty decent offense going. They can get good aggression, good challenges, and we've seen them get to pass, but the defense, my goodness, has just not been present. And if they're going to want to come back in the next minute, which at this point is looking pretty unlikely, but still the rest of the series to go, they have got to find some better rotation to handle this UT Arlington offense because the defense has been sorely lacking.
Yeah, I haven't seen where St. Clair's third man has been positioned, but it feels like the last 2 goals from UT Arlington have come from these crossfield shots, and Comp, he couldn't tuck it into that corner, and that's really what St. Clair needed to keep themselves in the game as you have 40 seconds remaining, and the casket slowly closing on this game 1, but it is a best of 7, and St. Clair have shown at least they can score and they can work with that momentum, but like you said, the defense just needs to be upgraded a bit.
Yeah, just a tad. Final 20 seconds ticking down. UT Arlington has got game 1 pretty much in the bag. And so for St. Clair, you got a long series ahead of you. This is not the time to start panicking, but it is the time to be a little worried. It's been lackluster on defense. The offense has looked pretty good. But again, we've seen them really clump together a lot. And I want to see a big shift in rotations, maybe even pointing towards more demos going into this next game, because at the moment, UT Arlington, they've got their foot on the gas, and they don't seem to have any inclination of letting up anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm saying, 11 shots from UT Arlington versus the 4 of St. Clair, but at least, St. Clair, once they do get on the offense, we know that they can convert. It took until the second half until we saw that kind of action, but it's UT Arlington that get these, on their defense, they get these long shots. I mean, 2 of the UT Arlington's goals came from these cross-field shots, and it's nothing that St. Clair could really catch up to.
Yeah, I mean, felt like boomer ball a lot of that last game. It really was just a lot of back and forth, like watching a game of tennis out there. And, once one team finally decided to take control and try and maneuver it downfield, we saw a lot of success. So, we're seeing 50s being pretty even. It's just once one team does take that possession, UT Arlington's defense is there for it, and St. Clair so far just hasn't been there.
We just heard from the interview with Evolved from Northwood that St. Clair was actually a team that they're worried about, and guess who's waiting in the next round? It is Northwood. So I'm sure at least their coach or someone is here watching the game anxiously wondering, what is St. Clair all about? And we're not going to even only look at the game 1, but see how these players will develop over time as we hit game 2.
Yeah, game 2 coming in here, and UT Arlington looking pretty good to start, but we'll see whether or not St. Clair has a response. As right off the rip, it's going to be a little bit of St. Clair on the defensive foot here. Comp not going to be able to find that touch. Spoods able to dive across, find that save. Is this out of the corner again? Spoods able to follow it through. Jay essentially leaving it for Comp for a second, but will follow it through. Comp off the sidewall. It looks to be an infield pass, but Adverse able to take it. Spoods last one back. He's not going to be able to find the touch, and Adverse will continue his scoring ways.
And I know the desk talked all about the synergy between Adverse and Samba, but Adverse just by himself had a huge jump in his performance since the fall semester and is now being argued as maybe the Western Conference MVP. So keep an eye on what more Adverse can do for UTA. I mean, CRL in general is St. Clair off the backboard. Comp with the follow-up and a bit of an assist from the defensive UTA, but nonetheless a 1-1 score.
Yeah, this is a really well-played shot from Comp as well. Adverse He's by himself. He's already awkward from the first touch. I mean, to be fair, he gets it off the post. It's just really unfortunate that the ball comes back into him instead of going out. Not a whole lot he could have really done there all by his lonesome, but a great play coming through from St. Clair. It gets them back this equalizer, and with still, 4:15 still to play, it's essentially the entire game remaining. There's plenty of time for St. Clair to try and take a lead here.
And that was just such a sick setup from J2, and not the first time, not the last time I'm going to see that. Hey, I'm hyping him up, and he's doing it again, and almost tucks it into that post, though. Wow. 1-1. St. Clair are starting to give this one out. They're going to take out some bodies on their way out. Spood's not even allowed to get boost, and maybe gives a chance for UTA to approach. 3-on-2 only for a few seconds. And as they're chasing this ball around, UTA lost their touch, and maybe gives St. Clair a chance to score.
Oh, good 50. Samba not in the right spot. And Jay going to do exactly what I was talking about a moment ago. Able to get them the lead here. That's a great pass from Comp as well. Excellent teamwork there. Samba just a touch too far forward to be able to turn into it. And just like that, St. Clair, first lead of the series. And looking to try and get things back in their hand here in this game, too.
Seeing St. Clair just be aggressive, but they got to meet UTA in the air. This pass to Samba lost a lot of speed. Couldn't get a clean shot. No save even registered. So St. Clair just trying to glide this through the left side lane. Spoods is right behind Comp, but as soon as he flicked it up, Samba stole this away. So St. Clair not working on that third one yet.
Off the corner, Comp. Bit of an awkward save, but he is able to keep it out of net. Jay able to maintain control for now. Actually gets the demo. The ball staying in the blue half, but not for long. Nava looking to try and push it downfield. This still up high off the ceiling at first now. All the way over to the right, but Comp again able to stop that in its tracks. No 50 coming through on that, but Jay will continue this pressure downfield. And I've already got to say, I'm loving how they have adjusted here in this game to they're giving each other a lot more space. And I think it's allowing them as a team to breathe a lot more.
Feeling that too, and I'm just kind of looking at the boost meters and seeing that St. Clair are just getting starved a bit. UT Arlington, they go up in the air, nothing yet. Going back to the blue end, now back to the orange end, volleyball style. Okay, Jay, he wants to put it into the backboard. No, he's going to put it to the net himself. 3-1 for St. Clair.
And Nava, not the greatest of clears. It hits off the ceiling, and then Jay was there to pounce and capitalize. Able to get a great follow-up off his initial touch and get it just out of the reach of Samba, who was trying to get back to it in net. So now a 2-goal lead for St. Clair at halftime. As the tables are flipped here. UT Arlington, the ones they're going to be having to try and come back in the final couple of minutes here.
Yeah, just some stuff on the defense, mistakes from St. Clair, but not having been exposed yet. If anything, it's St. Clair firing on all cylinders and even keeping this one in. Comp, he's going to get demoed if he keeps getting in Samba's way, but St. Clair, Jay, double touch to himself, backboard, Spoods wanted to receive that, intercepted by UT Arlington. St. Clair putting on a lot more shots than in game one. They have woken up, but can they stop this? Ooh. No, Nava scores.
That's a nice shot coming out of Nava as well. Excellent control, able to follow it perfectly off the back wall and then slots it all the way over to the left side. Jay, just I think he got caught up on the post a little bit there, but either way, UT Arlington proving they're not out of it just yet. 1-goal game, 150 to play. And when you're talking about just a single goal, Lemon, this is forever for these players.
Yeah. It's only a 1-goal differential. Minute 38. Got St. Clair. Okay, I was like, wait, when is Jay going to react to that? That was a little scary. Wanted to time the 50 perfectly. Now is able to get this clear. Not only that, but follow along with it. Nava, do you have what it takes to pitch down low? Ooh. But not enough as St. Clair take a huge lead.
This is just patience from Jay. He gets this initial touch and then immediately just able to pounce on the follow-up from Samba. Never kept his eyes off the ball, never thought about disengaging from that play. Excellent follow through there, and it's able to give them back now this 2-goal lead, and that makes things a lot more tricky for UT Arlington, especially with that 60-second point. Just looming around the corner.
Jay is having an insane game. Hat trick, 7 shots to his name alone. Now, I was saying he was kind of like the setup guy, but he's like, I'm going to prove this lady caster wrong. I mean, this guy's popping off. St. Clair, 4-2, 57 seconds. Adverse from the bottom of the car. Wanted to give that to Nava, but unfortunately, Jay was the imposter. Now, Comp on a solo play against Samba. Easy block there, but UT Arlington still need 2 goals in 45 seconds, and it's tough for them to move downfield.
Oh, Comp lost possession of that ball as well. Samba, that's going to be a shot on target. Jay, though, easy save. And this, like you said, moving all the way downfield, it's one thing that St. Clair has been doing phenomenally throughout this game, is being able to control it all the way down. A little bit of a mistouch there from Spoods, but he is able to recover and start his way back. Samba looking for a redirect. Comp able to come down from above to push that one out of the way. We get down into the final 15. Spoods was looking for a pass, not quite there, but it doesn't really matter. St. Clair are going to be more than happy to hold it in this half as long as they can prevent catastrophe here in the final moments. A good back from Spoods. Another one there, and now there's not going to be enough time, and St. Clair in game 2 going to be able to get this series back level.
You know what casters love to say? We got a series on our hands, 1-1. A big comeback from St. Clair. But UT Arlington, kind of made that close at the end. They had that redirect. It just unfortunately was redirecting the same angle that was originally shot at. So the double commit from St. Clair was enough to just close out that gap. But maybe if they would have angled the car slightly differently or just another angle on that redirect, if that would have slipped by, you would have had at least 10 seconds for UT Arlington to do something on that kickoff and maybe tie it. But I'm speaking of what ifs. I'm just stressing the fact that this is incredibly close.
Yeah, it really is. And one of the big things as well is St. Clair, they made the adjustments. Game 1, they were tight together. Their defense was pretty much non-existent, if we're being honest. And a part of that came down to their rotations not being really on point. This game, a lot more spread out. They're getting the passing plays to each other. They're focused on maintaining possession, and their rotations improved because of it. And it really was a really great turnaround from games 1 to 2 for UT Arlington. They played just about the same game that they did in 1, but they were getting beat to some of these 50s, and it's going to have to be a little bit more quick on the draw from them here coming into game 3 if they're going to want to try and retake the lead in this series.
Yeah, Jay might be Canadian, but he was All-American in that game, too. The amount of solo plays and freedom that he had to just do whatever he wanted, and how many times he scored. He had 3 in that last one. And we'll see if UT Arlington keep a better eye on him. Now it's up to Spoods. Bounces it up to the left corner where St. Clair currently aren't at. And maybe while Jay was moving downfield, he gets demoed. So UT Arlington bought themselves some space with tears and blood, but what else are they going to do with it? Looks like they're leaving.
Ooh, the good pass attempt as well. Jay almost able to pick that one off. It's Nava looking to try and take it down the sideline. It's a great passing play, though, from Spoods, and now Spoods going to be able to put it through himself off the back of the miss from the defender on the goal line. And St. Clair will get our scoring started off in game 3.
Adverse vented there, man, on that backboard, didn't get the touch. And unfortunately, set up St. Clair for that. 4:27. Now St. Clair finally can have the first goal in a game. Now it's Comp. Well, Samba got in the way of that, but is Jay putting that thing in reverse, trying to stop the pain train that is UT Arlington? As Samba has so much man coverage on him, so he has to get away from that. Now Comp setting things up off the backboard again, so it doesn't seem like St. Clair are moved up when Comp is just playing so fast.
Ooh, good bumps from Adverse as well, and he's able to pick up the ball and find the 50. Adverse doing everything in his power to propel his team to success, and they're still on the attack here. Adverse, good pinch off the ceiling. Samba a bit too close underneath, but Nava able to get this picked up at about the halfway point. Jay was up quick, Samba up again. This will be the Adverse. He can't quite find the touch on that one. It is still in the orange half. Samba looking to slow it down. Good pickup. Gets the flip reset almost. I think his back right might not have quite touched, but either way, it's still a lot of pressure coming out of UT Arlington right here.
Yeah, I was like getting really done with all the Canadians hugging in the net. I would like to see us move downfield, St. Clair, and they finally did thanks to Comp, and Jay just is now making a nest in the net, and Comp smashes that in. 2-0 for St. Clair.
And I feel so bad for Adverse here because he's left in a really awkward spot. He tries to get there in time, but the power from Comp is just too much to manage, makes it 2-0. And for Adverse, who really has been putting on an extraordinary solo display, the teamwork coming out of St. Clair these last 2 games has been nothing short of admirable. I mean, they are putting it together when they need to, and it's working out well for them, although they're going to be getting another right there off of that demo. I mean, 3-0 with 3:05. That's a phenomenal start to this game.
Well, through the fire and the flames, we do carry on. Through the smoke, Spoods shoots that. Through the demos that were happening at the midfield, it was kind of these back and forth, and finally someone got taken out by the knees. And you have St. Clair absolutely dominating this game 3.
Well, this back over again from Adverse, looking to try and play that through. Spoods interrupting its path. It's Comp now. Good hit from the side wall. Gets the flip reset, but not able to land it, but he's able to push it through anyways. Doesn't even need the flip reset. Just able to do it off the back of the defenders, I guess, expecting the reset.
Oh, you dangled 2 people in the net. Comp is going to clip that for the montage. Also, what's with Comp and Spooge just saying, Jay, your back hurts. Let's get you a chiropractor. We got this, my guy. Jay has all the assists, sure, but Comp and Spooge are just playing on another level. I mean, all of St. Clair, 4-0. It's actually surprising to see UT Arlington, the mechanics, not as attuned as they were in game 1, and maybe thinking this is a more difficult opponent than they thought.
I mean, that game 1 was extremely definitive as well. Like it looked like UT Arlington had everything going for them. It's just, I mean, right as we're saying it as well. I mean, St. Clair made the adjustments in the game 2 and won them the game, and then they're just continuing to play on form here. Comp, great shot all the way over. No one really in a position to be able to save it. And even though we're at the halfway point, 5 goals. I mean, whoo. That is a mountain to climb in 226.
Yeah, that's a shish kebab moment. But also that Comp has 3 shots and 3 goals. So when he shoots, he does in fact score. But St. Clair are now bullying. They're trying to go for the 6th one. And I know there's some casters somewhere that's screaming Brazil. And we still have 2 minutes for that to happen. And UT Arlington, I think that would hurt the ego a lot.
This is already kind of an ego punch for them in general. Brazil would just be the icing on the cake. I think if they are not able to get this game back in hand, they really should take the time in between the next game to really kind of clear their minds, think about what is going wrong. How are they beating us? They're beating us to a lot of 50s. That's one of the main reasons that St. Clair has been able to get 5 on the board, is they're just winning every 50 they get to. And UT Arlington, I mean, they relied a lot in game 1 off their ability to pass to each other, and we're seeing a little bit of that coming through, but it feels like it's slowed down, and I would love to see a return to them trying to connect these 1, 2, 3 player plays.
It just feels like UT Arlington are just buying these business class tickets to the St. Clair net. They're always flying. Like, look, Adverse is trying to fly right now. He just doesn't have, he does have boost. Well, maybe changing it up is how you fool St. Clair. Finally, UT Arlington get a goal.
Yeah, Adverse. That's a good fake. Spoods has to respect that touch. Adverse knows that. He can either choose to try and keep it over top or go for a little bit of a risky play and have it come underneath. Excellent decision making, and then a great follow through to keep it out of the reach of Comp. Still 4 to go in a minute 12, so they're only just a little bit up this mountain, but at least they've taken the first few steps.
Yeah, because UT Arlington are, like I said, just always going up, and I feel like St. Clair are just reading how they like to set up their plays and always going and forcing these 50s up in the air. And, well, when they leave the ball in the air and St. Clair get there first, look what happens. Spood scores.
Ooh, and they're close to Brazil as well. I mean, that's a great pass from Jay off the back wall. There's really not a whole lot that UT Arlington could have done from the position they were in. It just needed to be on the ball quicker in the formation of that play. And so now with 56 left to go and a 5-goal game, I don't even think it's almost certainly. It is assuredly St. Clair's game. The question now becomes whether or not they can get to Brazil, and also whether or not UT Arlington can figure out for themselves what they need to change going into this next game to try and get things back under control, because it has been downhill and downhill fast starting with game 2.
It's downhill, but it's downhill for content, so you just gotta talk to your coach. What can we clip and what can we change after this? And there is your Brazil. All the casters are going wild. We're all foaming at the mouth. 7-1 for St. Clair.
Yeah, and Jay got the flip reset, got the flip off of it too, but not quite able to make contact with the ball. It doesn't really matter. He is able to get it through. 7-1 to Brazil. Everybody loves to see it, but for St. Clair, it's even more important because now not only does that give them a huge confidence and momentum boost, but they're going to be able to take the lead in this series now. Still plenty of opportunities for UT Arlington to bring things back, but we saw St. Clair make an adjustment. It's going to have to be more of the same from UTA as well.
Well, at least we got an Oprah moment of you get a hat trick, you get a hat trick, Comp and Spoos. Now everyone from St. Clair has gotten a hat trick in 3 games of this series. Speaking of that, 2-1 now for St. Clair in the series. It is a 1-4 and double elimination. So don't you worry, pretty little faces. This is not the last time you'll see UT Arlington or St. Clair, whoever comes out. Yeah,
and I have a feeling that UT Arlington, especially in this in-between period, might be able to pull things back, because this is a team that we have seen time and time again, struggle at points and be able to really articulate exactly what is going wrong for them and what they need to fix in order to improve that going into the next game and the game after that. So this being a best of 7 really helps out both sides, and I think we're only just starting to get into the meat of the series here, Limit.
Absolutely. The absolute bounce back that is St. Clair, not only in this series, but also in just their school's history. Just getting top 8 last season, never making a championship, and now showing up to UT Arlington, who are veterans of the CRL. But I think everyone was a little bit worried about St. Clair when it comes to how their playoff conference went. And now we get to look at how this match will turn out. Yeah, St. Clair took Central Florida's spot, so I like that they're proving that they belong to be here, or they belong here.
Yeah, and I mean, they're really putting it on full display. And so we'll see whether or not that continues. Jay, solid 50 there, but Nava is able to get a more solid clear all the way back downfield. Spoods connecting with Jay, going straight into the top corner as well. At first look, it didn't feel like it had that much power, but my goodness, look at the speed, almost 100 miles an hour on that shot.
I don't mean to cuss, production, but gosh darn, that was a really good goal. St. Clair.
Is that what passes for cussing in Canada? Is it gosh darn?
Yeah. Oh bud. There's some other words in there. So Spoons with another shot. Saba at the dive to save that. Now UT Arlington under fire and on fire, but not in the way that you hope to see them. Adverse with the carry. Comp tried to meet him halfway, and UTA dropped the ball early, trying to maintain that possession. Now Nava to the backboard, wanting to be under that ball. If Spooth drops it down, all 3 St. Clair Canadians in front of the net, and UTA come out with nothing.
Yeah, and a great 50 from Spoods as well. Adverse quick to be able to get up to it as well, but the pressure still mounting as Jay out of the corner again. Adverse leaves it for Samba. That's going to be a goal. Clear downfield. Absolute power. I mean, Samba got the perfect hit off the corner, and that's going to be the equalizer that UTA was looking for.
And if St. Clair are just not going to be in the middle of the field, which 2 of those goals came out that way from game 1, UT Arlington want to take advantage of that, but I think that's kind of a long shot, not to be punny, but you can't just hope that St. Clair is just going to overcommit like that. And they're just not able to dribble it, or maybe that was an intentional drop to Adverse, but Jay was right there, and so is another member of St. Clair. There's so much coverage on the UTA offensive members. It's like St. Clair know what they're up against.
Yeah, it really is. And so now, great pass from Jay. We're starting, I think, to see both teams getting more into the feel of what we were hoping for. We saw that at the start, UTA really getting in their groove. They lost it a little bit in the last 2 games because of the changes that St. Clair was able to make, but now feels like both teams kind of figuring out how they need to play, and it's just going to be a matter of who makes the mistake and who is able to capitalize first. Great pass downfield from Spood. Samba will pick it up quickly. Jay back towards the sidewall, but with 3 minutes to go and a tie game here, I mean, there's so much to play here if you're both sides.
Yeah, UTA just having some disconnects. Even on that great backboard shot from Adverse, I didn't see any immediate follow from UTA, and they're attached at the hip when you watch them play, so something's getting to them. But a 1-1, they're not out of this yet. Adverse, the dribble to carry. Jay reads him like a book. Nava's trying to help out. He's too far forward, and now St. Clair on the counterattack.
Jay? Needed to have a little bit more power on that flick there. Nava looking to try and take it back. 2 demos. And a great flick from Nava, though. Comp on the respawn. Able to pick it back up. That was almost a deadly combination coming through downfield from UT Arlington. this getting sent back a little bit. Samba again going to look to take a shot. Jay there to prevent it away. Adverse is going to be a bit high. And then Spoods, no boost, is able to get a slight 50, but a bit of a dicey situation here for Sinclair.
Yeah, UTA even getting creative with it, going for some demos in the net, a close call. Great save by Jay. And UT Arlington hammering that net for the past 30 seconds, no goals. With a minute 40, you gotta hope St. Clair are running out of gas. Literally, Samba with the steal away. Jay actually demos Adverse, who was maybe gonna help out with that offensive play. Now UTA head for the hills.
Ooh. Off the back, it'll be Spoods again. Good touchdown. Samba, though, able to keep it out. Samba maintaining that control, connects with Nava to get a downfield hit. Comp to drop back into the corners. Nava finds the bump. Adverse, no boost to work with, just trying to keep himself as big as possible. Spoods coming in from behind, actually. I think was looking to potentially knock Samba. That's a great pass, and Samba again able to make the save. And the defense really coming out strong here for UT Arlington.
Oh, Nava did so much on that defense, including getting a massive clear. Adverse speeds forward and gets the shot in. UTA 2-1, take a lead with 50 seconds.
50 seconds to go, and an Adverse. Oh, that last touch, so good. Sets up Samba perfectly to be able to knock that one home in the top left. And now the pressure really on St. Clair. It's whether you're looking at either going up on series point if you can bring this back and win, or a tie series. So a huge swing of momentum either way, depending on who's able to walk away with this, and only 39 seconds for either side to try and figure it out.
There's Adverse to Nava, but it's all the way back to Jay. Nava's trying to intercept that. Samba meets Jay at least at his destination. What kind of moves are St. Clair making to close this gap in the next 20 seconds, or they will lose the lead in the series as well? It will be tied. Comp forces himself forward and doesn't get the shot he was hoping for. Now UT Arlington just got to burn the clock for the next 7 seconds or an insurance goal, but just don't mess this up, Forehead. And UT Arlington have managed to take away this game 3 and actually game 4 and tie up the series 2-2.
2-2.
There we go.
Yeah. And I mean, they're doing such a good job with it as well. And you can kind of see exactly 5 saves to 4 saves. I mean, everything feels pretty even between these two teams. I mean, we see 6 shots coming through from either side. It was only a 1-goal game, so really coming down to the wire. But it was what I was saying before, Lemon. I mean, we're really starting to see, I think, both of these teams find their stride. They've kind of figured out how they need to play against each other. It's just which play style is going to win, who's going to be able to make the plays. And those are the games that are most exciting, because this is a game that I could see easily going into a game 7.
Yeah, and just a slower day from Comp, at least in this game 4. Just 1 shot, no saves, no assists, no goals. After the hat trick, maybe he needed a nap. He needed to have a chocolate bar, an unbranded one. And then we're just going to go next into the next one and see who's going to come out on top. It's 1st to 4, so the next one will go on series point. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it is a massive deal, because you're talking about the other side, whoever ends up losing this game. I mean, the mental of trying to bring things back from behind is difficult. It really is, because you know that your backs are against the wall. You know that you're not really in a position where you can make mistakes, and it can really change how you approach the entire game. So winning this one here with the series tied, 5 minutes on the board, and an even scoreboard, I mean, this is really where we're going to see whether or not which of these teams wants it the most.
Samba just scaring me with his carry just right into the St. Clair net. So close. Great saves. And that's where we had some initial issues with the St. Clair defense, and a lot more saves coming out of them. The goals getting smaller and smaller for UTA. I mean, it started off with 5 in game 1, and now just tough for UTA to get even above 2 at this point. Adverse to the backboard. Samba lines it up, and double commit from St. Clair. They somehow push it out.
Well, I don't know how he saved that off the line, but it was barred down. It was about halfway through, and just no goal. Another one stopped right there on the line. Great read from Samba. And A minute into this game, I'm shocked it's 0-0.
Me too. So many close calls. Both defenses amazing. Adverse to Samba. They thought Adverse was going to take the shot. Nope. It's Simba, the Lion King. I think he should rename to that. But great. UTA now have a lead.
I mean, that's just such a good play. Like, you know, it may not be flashy. It may not be a triple flip reset busty flick off the backboard. But sometimes those passing plays can be the most satisfying to watch when they're just clean. And that's exactly what that one was. Excellent goal puts UT Arlington on the board first here in game number 5. Again, like you said, that series point resting out in the darkness. So both of these teams looking to try and claim that right here.
Important lead. It just helped the confidence of UT Arlington, who probably still shaking off that Brazil moment in game 3. Won game 4. Now here we are, 2-2. After, well, it feels like a really close series. Comp up in the air. Really wanted to follow that up. Jay has his back. Spoods. Now all of Sinclair are really committed forward, and this is how UT Arlington have been able to punish this before, these crossfield shots, and not able to find the moment to do that. At least Sinclair just not leaving any gaps for UT Arlington to have these shots. Adverse, Nava. Now what can UTA do with this? Adverse misses that touch, and Samba waits mid for the counterattack of Sinclair.
Ooh, Comp, not quite the touch he was looking for. Was trying to get that wheel touch over to the side. Ends up getting a bit underneath it. Is Adverse. Back over again towards the side wall. Not a great angle for Nava either. Comp pressing his attack back forward. Gonna go for the demo, but he leaves Samba in an interesting situation. Able to get it across. Adverse. The block is able to get the follow-up 50 as we cross now over into the second half here. Still just a 1-goal game, but a lot of attacking pressure coming from St. Clair, but not if the pitch goes all the way downfield, and that's exactly what we'll see.
St. Clair just hesitated on how much they wanted to commit, and there was actually a play right before where there was a setup where Jay could have taken an open shot on net, but decided to be the third man back and just wait and let, you know, his friends do all the work. And then finally he's like, nah, I should really get in there. I should really go and party. And then UTA, as soon as Jay went forward, they punished that overextension. So 2-0 for UTA. They've been patient with it, and it's paying off.
It is, and we're starting to see a little bit of that game 1. St. Clair sneaking up a bit here. They're really tightly grouped together again. Oh, Jay, so close. Not sure how he doesn't finish that one off. It's going to be brutal if this ends up coming back the other way as well. Advert still with control, not able to control it all the way through. We need to see a little bit more space coming into the rotation to the St. Clair side.
Oh, UT Arlington just zoning them out. And now finally, St. Clair squeak on by. Jay misses that. Now how do you steal this from Samba? Comp already does, and Adverse gets demoed. It's a 3-on-2 for St. Clair. Now Jay, he has to extend forward. Spoods rotates back, and St. Clair, though, once Nava's in the air, they just wait for him to come down from space. Comp with a shot. Adverse blocks from the crossbar. Spoods wants to keep it going, but Comp is on the other side of the field, and Nava's going to intercept that quite easily, so St. Clair run out of gas on that offense.
Ooh, the pinch off the wall. Spoods able to keep it going. It'll be Comp with control. He's got one to beat, but Nava able to track it to perfection. It's going to come back across again. Final 60 seconds now. They need 2 if they want to try and push overtime here. Is Nava off his own back wall. It's going to put it straight into Spoods. Keeps it low. Back to Comp. Comp looking to try and push forward. You see Jay lurking forward, looking to get a shot on target. Comp was looking for the redirect. Neither of them able to pull it off. And now 40 seconds left to go. They still need 2 goals.
St. Clair need to connect. You need the synergy to pay off. You gotta see the Canadian blood running through you and just be able to talk without talking. And I'm not seeing that, at least in this game 5. 23 seconds. Still doable for the Canadians, but UTA, just don't mess this up forehead. Again, the same advice I gave in game 4. You have St. Clair all huddled up in front of the net. Nava goes for the demo. That pays off. The Comp is now buying time, but time that St. Clair cannot afford. Jay goes for the shot, but it's sent away by Samba. And this game 5 will end 2-0 for UTA unless something happens here.
I mean, either way, it'll be a victory for UTA as they finally do let it hit the ground. UT Arlington on series point, just one more to play. But what's crazy about that is UTA, they're on series point, in a series in which they got Brazil. They got 7-1 earlier. Like St. Clair had their number, they took it to the cleaners and they turned it in. And somehow UT Arlington has been able to clean up their own act and get back into this, because a 2-0 victory here puts them just one away from moving on. And St. Clair has continued to look better and better each game, but those rotations, them getting a bit too close to each other, it's opening up a lot of space in that back end, and UT Arlington more than happy to take advantage of it every time it comes.
Yeah, and UT Arlington are really good at staying calm and also adapting throughout a series. I mean, to get to the finals of the Western Conference playoffs, they had to go through 2 Game 7s where they beat San Diego and LSU. And those are both really tough teams. So this is not UT Arlington's first rodeo.
No, not at all. And for St. Clair, it's their backs against that wall. 5 minutes to go. They've got to put together a performance here. They want to try and extend this series to a Game 7. Meanwhile, UT Arlington, I don't think they want any of that. They don't want to see Champions Field. They'd be happy to end it right here on Neo Tokyo.
Yeah, so now you're wondering how resilient are St. Clair. I don't even think they've been through a Game 7 in the regular season, but this is close. Samba punishes the double commit of St. Clair, and we have UTA on the board.
And that's going to start the death timer for St. Clair off the... That's so unfortunate for Spoods. He had a decent read. I think he was expecting the bounce to be just a tad different off the bar there. Wasn't really expecting it to come out the way it did. And unfortunately for him, that expectation was exactly what Samba was looking for, able to put it through to make it a 1-0 game. 30 seconds in here.
Okay, Spoods easily steals that from Nava. Gonna be on the other side in case Spoods needs some help. Slants it off the backboard. Jay with the follow-up and the demo. Oh, he got demoed while scoring. Either way, 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, Spoods, the drop, Samba, he's gotten a lot of really good clears, but not that one right there, especially with Adverse getting a bit bullied there on the line. It's 1-1, 4:18 left to go. Good 50. Jay off the kickoff, got it close, but Samba ready to try and pick it up.
Great comp. You were quiet before. I know you know how to roar, Spoods, Jay. We got to keep this train rolling if you're St. Clair, but man, UT Arlington bullying their way down the field. Nava wanted to beat comp to that ball. Well, at least he'll demo him, so UT Arlington can maintain that possession, but as Adverse was turning around, gets body checked by St. Clair. Now UTA bring this one back, but UTA keep relying on going in the air. St. Clair were able to punish this, and Adverse redirects that one in, and UTA get a lead.
Ooh. Oh, that was spicy. Adverse absolutely slamming that one home. I mean, we're getting the power shots out here tonight. That's what I'm talking about. UT Arlington, off the back of that shot from Adverse, able to retake the lead here. And remember, this is a serious point for them, so the pressure continues to mount for St. Clair.
Pressure continues. Northwood waiting in the next round or a lower bracket, whichever side of the series you're on. Jay, done work before. Comp right in front of the net to pass to, but the pinch kind of get lost in the sauce a bit if you're St. Clair. Now Comp pinches it off to the left corner, and St. Clair don't want to overextend, so they might lose some possession, but that demo on Nava gives St. Clair a chance at redemption. Now up in the air, Comp drops it down to Jay, but Nava intercepts, and Adverse maybe tips it towards the net. But St. Clair have learned their lesson. They're not going to give UT Arlington an open net.
Ooh, interesting touch from Spoods. Nava, good control. A little bit of a fake. Now he'll take the shot, but that's going to be saved away from Spoods. Adverse, good 50. We'll keep it in the orange half. But Jay, great recovery. Gets this a little bit of air, runs out of boost, but Comp will be there to pick it up, not the flick he was looking for. Samba now trying to transition, but Spoods there to cut it off. Jay can't find that touch, but Spoods will. Grabs a tad bit of boost, is able to get this 50 out. Comp running into one. Jay needs to try and get there quicker. Oh my goodness, Spoods able to put that one back across, and that ball was in a terrifying position if you're St. Clair.
Yeah, St. Clair just got lost on their rotations, and Jay was just sitting there watching as a third man, but Spoods, you got to get this touch. And oh, that was dangerous. Oh, geez. St. Clair still down a goal with 2 minutes left. Now, Comp is always that spark plug to St. Clair, but that's been dimmed ever since a couple of games ago where there was a Brazil that we don't talk about. What will St. Clair be talking about if they could force the Game 7? Now Comp, Spoods by his side. UT Arlington just closing that left wall, just not allowing anything to go through. And St. Clair just put on a lot of shots, but not converting.
Yeah, we're going to get a little bit of a pause here. It looks like one of the players maybe getting a little bit of ping. Hopefully want to get that fixed.
Three of East and West are colliding here. We're going to jump back into Game 6. Remember that everyone who is in this championship is also going to Worlds. And Nava, he reconnected his brain and his modem. 3-1 for UTA. And
I mean, hey, look, we were expecting a score pretty soon, but for St. Clair, it sucks that it's not them. 1:33 to go, and I mean, hey, the pause just got that much harder. Now you got 2 goals and 90. Woo, buddy. Let's see if they're able to pull it off.
It's like it's adverse, has Nava. Oh, Nava wanted that last touch, but Comp, he's unstoppable on that defense. Wish he could stop a few more, or else the scoreline wouldn't be this way, obviously, but what can you do on the offense? Now, we know St. Clair, they can be deadly. It's if they have the confidence to move down the field and the timing of that. Jay demos adverse in the net, but because Nava just stole that ball away, St. Clair couldn't really do anything with that 3-on-2.
Ooh, ceiling touch. Really exactly what he was looking for there as well. It needed a bit more boost, I think, to be able to really pull that one off. Comp trying to come back down now the other way. Got one to beat. Not going to be able to get past adverse. Jay out here in the corner again. Decent opening. Triple commit on that save, but Nava able to clear it away. Comp going to be taking another shot. That's adverse now pushing it out. And with 36 seconds left to go, the light at the end of the tunnel getting dimmer and dimmer for St. Clair. If they can just try and find some way to work themselves back into this game. Another good 50 from Jay, but adverse pushing it back the other way. That's going to be through, and that might as well be the nail in the coffin for St. Clair.
Yeah, Jay has been faced with this tough decision as the third man back. When do I extend and when do I not? And as soon as he thought, okay, I'm close enough to get this 50, he loses it, and UTA score. I mean, Jay's that last line of defense, and St. Clair have been punished time and time again. And St. Clair, they just saw it. They were just in desperation. They needed to make a play happen to make it a 1-goal diff. And now even if they score here, I'm just worried that through snow or shine, St. Clair ain't got what it takes right now.
And it is still wild to me to think that the team that pulled off of Brazil lost this series. I mean, UT Arlington got Braziled and still able to come out Game 6. I mean, that is pure mental focus. That is pure mental dedication. And UT Arlington, in the end, 4-1 victory. That is dominant. That is a dominant way to close out this win here.
Yeah, we kind of thought the series was going to go the other way when we had a Game 1 5-2 for UTA. And I mean, absolute domination of UTA. And then you had St. Clair starting that comeback 2 games in a row, including a Brazil, like you said, Sleegy, in Game 3. And then you felt, okay, St. Clair just needed time to adapt, because we know that St. Clair, it takes them time. But when they do wake up, when they do show up on the field, they're scary. I mean, even Northwood were worried about St. Clair. But St. Clair won't be the ones that are facing Northwood next. It's UT Arlington. But if you're a Canadian fan, there's a lower bracket still to come. So we will throw it to a quick break, and we'll see you guys on the other side.